Welcome back to the Express at Jericho Beach Park for the Vancouver Folk Music Festival. 35 years. Think of all the talent that have graced the stages in and around this park and the talent that has returned. This year, Ani DeFranco's back, and the story goes that she was here 20 years ago. At that time, almost nobody had heard of her. By the time she left, almost everybody had. She even broke the number of sales for her recordings. Of course, these days, the way that we advertise, it's changed a little bit. And up next on the Express, we're visiting a Vancouver Kits hotspot, the Flying Tiger, to find out how they use unconventional advertising.
Nestled in the heart of Kitsilano on West 4th is Asian Fusion restaurant, the Flying Tiger.
We try to take the best of the East and meet with the West. So we kind of fuse it together. The traditional dishes are always flavorful, but it can be kind of heavy for certain people that are not used to it. So what we do is we either tone it down or we tone it up, and we fuse it to that it's acceptable, you know, as a fusion style dish.
Oh my gosh. Oh wow. This is so good.
One of the Flying Tiger's biggest fans is Cystal Henrickson, who works for Yelp and found this restaurant on the Yelp.com site.
I was searching for reviews in Kitsilano and I stumbled across the Flying Tiger, and at the time there was probably like 1 or 2 reviews, and I read one of them and it was 5 stars by Rachel T, and I was blown away by how much she loved it. So I was like, why wouldn't we try it? I try everything, and all of a sudden I was a big time fan.
Cystal introduced me to some of her favorite dishes, among them the warm tofu salad, perfect for vegetarians, and my new favorite dish, the duck confit crepes.
Yeah, wow, I would never have thought mint, but what a great flavor in there.
Dishes on the menu include Korean kalbi ribs, which are marinated for 48 hours, then grilled and served with a house-made kimchi, as well as hawker noodles, which have received many positive reviews on Yelp.
I feel like the food is consistently amazing. The staff has always been incredible, and you know, it's a place where you can actually get your Asian eats and a few cocktails on the side. Flying Tiger and these awesome chefs. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
When I bought a restaurant, I didn't just buy a restaurant, I inherited a family. You know, we all treat everybody like family. We work together as a team, and our goal is to create something that everybody appreciates, and then that's what makes us happy.
In Vancouver, I'm Kendall Harris for The Express.
The website is Yelp.com if you want to Yelp yourself. I know, to me it just sounds like Googling yourself. But anyway, it is free to start a profile. So there you go, you can be a restaurant reviewer. Then you need to brand yourself. And you know, as we find out on today's Wedding Bells, branding isn't just for big companies or for cattle. They're learning from Flipside Creative how to brand a wedding that your mother-in-law won't forget.
Hi, I'm Aubrey.
And I'm Sarah.
And we are the Wedding Bells.
I just got engaged.
And I did not. We're on an adventure to plan the big day. Sarah and I headed to our style lab with Flipside Creative to learn how to brand weddings. Branding is serious business, and we were ready. Wait a minute, what happened? We may have this branding thing wrong.
The Style Lab is a 30 to 60 minute session where you and your husband-to-be come in with your tickle trunk of you.
From these pieces, an inspiration board is created.
It's not just pretty design, it's actually you as a brand.
As you know, we are big on themes. Sarah chose romance.
Arabian Nights is my theme. I sort of envisioned a lot of fabric, so there's like a canopy in tent, and there's an elephant, and magic carpet rides.
Very important.
And a genie lantern.
You guys do genies in bottles here, right?
For sure, we can
and
do
magic
anything.
carpet
We can
rides,
do
right?
anything.
Well, I like the sound of this.
I picked Grease, and Sarah thinks it's tacky.
That's because she picked Grease 2, which I think only 3 people in the world have seen.
Grease 2 is a very underrated movie.
I expanded my theme to the 1950s. I just think it will be so fun.
A lot of retro, a little bit rock and roll.
And then through the magic of television, our branding was ready. Sarah's theme was about luxury, with pink and orange, her favorite colors.
So the first is your invitation package. So this starts with a monogram sticker that we put together.
Sarah, you finally have a monogram.
It's so beautiful. And I'm taking this with me.
And for the kiddies.
So you flip it open, and
Get out of town.
are coloring cards for the kids at the wedding.
I think the big kids will enjoy those too. Then it was my turn.
I didn't even know there was a Grease 2. I stand by my point.
For all you Grease 2 fans, I want a cool rider.
First of all, your invitation is a 45. It arrives as an envelope.
Remember a hickey from Kinnicky? So I'm marrying Kinnicky?
Yes, you're marrying Kinnicky.
He's so nasty.
You could put your wedding song on it as a keepsake, but play it at grandma's, I guess.
This is insanely cool.
This is very, very, very cool.
Cool was the word.
And your RSVPs come in the form of tickets to the movie theater.
It says, yes, we'll be there. It's going to be a gas. Rats were unable to attend.
Then, an interactive game to get the couple to kiss.
What we kind of came up with was little jukebox scratch cards. So if you want Aubrey and Kinnicky to kiss, you've got to scratch it and do whatever it says.
Dance your face off. How do you determine when the face is off?
Hee-haw like a donkey 5 times.
Do it.
Hee-haw, hee-haw, hee-haw.
Wow, that's scary impressive.
My animal is the pig.
My dad told me to do a cow.
Do a cow.
It seemed the skeptics were being converted. My theme had created laughter and fun, just as I suspected.
When it comes to your wedding, the world is your oyster. If you can imagine it, it can be done, and our studio can do it.
Sarah's romantic heart was filled with dreams of Arabian Nights, and I think a Grease wedding would be a night to remember for everyone. For Shaw TV, where are the wedding bells?
What would you pick for your themed wedding? We want to know, so tweet us at The Express Van. Now, as for me, I've always wanted to go to one of those Halloween ones, or maybe get married myself barefoot on an ocean cliff. How about getting married here at Folk Fest? I'm picturing a sunset wedding, and then you'd have all those great options, like 7 full stages for who would play as the band. You like it? You're watching The Express. We've got more BC stories coming up. Capital Direct Dream Homes. Big summer fun. The Express. We are your local voice.
I think the Sea to Sky Trail is very unique in the fact that people with different disabilities, different levels of disabilities, maybe not even disabilities, maybe someone with a stroller or someone who just has a hard time walking. Just having a trail of this extent, going through the wilderness the way that it does, we never get to see that anywhere, and we never get to use something like that anywhere. You don't have to be disabled, but just to be out with your friends, your family, it's so important and it's so rewarding.
Welcome back to The Express. What a glorious day. We all love summer, and we all love that all-natural sunscreen, right? We do have amazing beaches in BC. Jericho, of course, here has Folk Fest. Kitts is known as one of North America's sexiest. Deep Cove is great for kayaking and paddleboarding. Bunsen Lake is great for hiking and, of course, hanging at the beach. But if you keep on trekking out the number 1, you can find a beach that has something for everyone in the family.
Cultus Lake Water Park's Big Summer is brought to you by Cultus Lake Water Park.
When you think of Harrison Hot Springs, you may think of the hotel and the hot springs. And while they are well-known landmarks in this community, there are still lots of other things you can do while at Harrison Beach.
There's actually something for everybody. There's lots to entertain people. You know, the hotels and the restaurants. We've got lots of little shops.
Although these bumper boats do look kind of fun, I've got my eyes set on the water park over there.
It's all inflatable, free-floating, climbing walls, trampolines, slides, swings, everything you can think of pretty much.
And it's all brand new this year. Once escorted out to the water park by boat, you can have at her. Go nuts with the 3 towers 16 to 20 feet in the air, and then choose whether you want to jump or slide into the lake.
We're usually open 10 to 11 o'clock in the morning, and we'll run until 6 or 7 at night, so you can come in and out as much as you like. It's a workout. You're tired within the first 20 minutes, but it's so fun you keep going.
In Harrison for Big Summer, I'm Tiffany Gooden.
Big Summer has been brought to you by Cultus Lake Water Park.
So many gorgeous lakes around BC, including up in Whistler. That's where we're joining Nicole Fitzgerald, who's going to take us on a tour of a multi-million-dollar home on Alta Lake. Now, isn't Alta Lake where Whistler got its start?
It did, Johanna. Before gondolas and ski lifts, Whistler was a summer vacation resort in the early 1950s. Alta Lake was lined with these tiny little cozy shacks. People came to swim and fish and hike. They still come for those same reasons. However, their accommodation is a lot more comfortable.
Capital Direct Dream Homes on Shaw TV is brought to you by Capital Direct at capitaldirect.ca.
Rough and rugged landscapes. Whistler's definitely a mountain town where square footage is a rocky and expensive commodity, especially along the Alta Lake waterfront.
It's a town where you don't get a lot of ranchers. You know, a lot of the homes are built on slopes.
Like the mountains, home designs stretch vertical, a challenge to someone looking for an accessible home.
Hi, John.
Hi, good to see you.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, pleasure.
3167 Lakecrest Lane is one of Realtor John Ryan's favorite estates to show.
Number one would be lake frontage, 182 feet, west exposure. So, yeah, nice sunny spot, and really at 182 feet, very rare for Whistler to get that kind of frontage on the lake.
And even more impressive, this estate is an accessible one.
It is serviced on all levels by an elevator, which makes it nice for me being in a wheelchair. This particular owner has an elderly parent in Vancouver, so that was the main reason of putting in the elevator.
The lift accesses all 3 floors of this 7.5 bedroom home.
So we've arrived at the games room.
This is the fun level. This is the level I like, definitely.
The temperature-controlled 500-bottle wine cellar flows into the pool table space, which segues into the media room.
What a beautiful space to spend the summer afternoon.
Yeah, it's stunning.
The recreation room looks out on a 1,500-square-foot deck, where John tells me he knows of only 15 other accessible properties in Whistler. The home is as rare as today's host. Most recently, John joined his friend Rick Hansen as a medal bearer for the 25th anniversary of the Man in Motion Tour. The Whistler real estate realtor was also awarded a Governor General Award of Canada for riding a hand-pedaled bike across Canada.
I hand-cycled, so kind of hand-pedaled bike. It's just under 9,000 kilometers, 134 days, and raised over $1 million for spinal cord research.
Wow, look at that view.
Conversations in the millions continue as we explore the master bedroom in this $10 million estate.
Now this is a space I could hang out all day in.
I'd never get out of the bathtub.
Never.
One of the nice features is your sense of entry here. So coming through the front door, you're instantly connected to the lake.
A curtain wall of windows is normally reserved for commercial buildings. However, the home application brings nature inside, a direct contrast to architect Brent Murdoch's sleek design.
So here we have the kitchen, which also features a sitting area, fireplace, television, so very family-oriented. This is quite modern for Whistler. This one could be in Newport Beach or or West Vancouver. It's definitely trending that way. A lot of our international buyers do like that modern look and feel.
Accessible to all, it's both a modern getaway and a natural place to make Whistler home. From Alta Lake, I'm Nicole Fitzgerald for Dream Homes.
Capital Direct Dream Homes has been brought to you by Capital Direct at capitaldirect.ca.
I could definitely see myself lounging on that dock all summer long. You can watch for a new half-hour version of Dream Homes that will be launching on Shaw TV this fall. We also have some big news about the Express, so details about that will be coming up as well. As for right now, well, for things to do around the Sea to Sky, Metro Vancouver and the Fraser Valley, here's the 411 on the FYI.
Radar's Quality Assured Collisions FYI is presented by Radar's Quality Assured Collision, an ICBC Valet accredited repair facility.
This Friday, July 20th, is the 10th annual Perlator Tackle Hunger Food Drive in partnership with the Grey Cup defending BC Lions. That's at BC Place Stadium. Catch the action and excitement of the Rugby Sevens Tournament and Festival at Swangard Stadium in Burnaby this weekend, July 21st and 22nd. The Your Continent Richmond International Film and Media Arts Festival runs to July 22nd at various venues in Richmond.
Radar's Quality Assured Collisions FYI was presented by Radar's Quality Assured Collision.
Also, Fusion Fest is this weekend, July 21st and 22nd in Surrey for more great culture and music. And you can mark your calendars for July 2013 for the 36th annual Vancouver Folk Music Festival. We're going to leave you with highlights from this incredible weekend. Thanks for watching The Express, only on Shaw TV.
I'm gonna get me a jug of whiskey. I'm gonna make my good girl frisky. Diamond Joe, you better come get me, Diamond Joe. Diamond Joe, come and get me, my wife a band with me. Diamond Joe, better come get me, Diamond Joe. Diamond Joe, come and get me, my wife a band with me. Diamond Joe, better come get me, Diamond Joe. Hey, Diamond Joe.